Hey, it's another Tyler and Eli Fantasy Football Tips podcast for you this week, week 6. I am Tyler Boloski, and let me introduce to you the number one 9-year-old fantasy football podcaster in Oswego County, New York. I give you Eli Boloski.
Hey guys, tonight we're going to give you a lot of information and you want to hear it, especially if you have some difficult decisions to make on your roster. So let's go.
Let's go. Let's get right into it. But actually, before we do get right into it, we have to let you guys know we are fueled by Shaklee. Tonight's Shaklee product is the Vita C Chewables. Guys, it's a cold and flu season. It's wintertime up here in New York. It's getting close to wintertime. You gotta keep your body nice and energized and ready to go. So make sure you're getting your vitamin C, and Shaklee has a great product. Like I said, Vita C. And guys, vitamin C plays a crucial role in maintaining the body's natural antioxidant defense against cell damage, thereby supporting immune function. It is also key to maintain tooth, gum, bone, muscle, and blood vessel health. So guys, Shaklee has this awesome product. We take a tablet every day because we want to keep up on our vitamin C.
Yeah.
And guys, you can get a hold of my wife, Amy, at aboloski@icloud.com. That's ABELAWSKE at icloud.com. And she will hook you up with more information about Shaklee. Guys, it's a wonderful company. We love them, and we love their products. So, Eli, let's get right back into our nines. And let's start it off with Steve Smith Sr. He is going to most likely be out this week with an ankle injury. And that could play a crucial part going against the Giants this week. And we'll talk about more about that later. But yeah, Steve Smith is out. Justin Forsett signs with the Detroit Lions running back. That's going to be good because Amir Abdullah, he's out for pretty much the rest of the season. Theo Redrick most likely out for this week. So make sure if you need a bye week filler, start Justin Forsett. He can catch the ball. He's going to put up some yards this week, I think.
Oh yeah, especially since they have a running back problem. I think it was really smart for Justin Forsett to go there, and it was really smart for the Lions to get him there.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely could have gone someplace. I wish I would have seen him land in New York. I know they have a whole bunch of running backs, but I would like to see Justin Forsett go to New York with Rashid Jennings, but maybe next time. All right, Eli, who do you have? What else do you have for our nines?
Des Bryant, game time decision. He is most likely out.
Yeah, they say that he could suit up and play, but they have a bye next week, so I would assume they're gonna sit him. But he says he's gonna be a game time decision. I'm not gonna play him because he may only get 10 to 15 snaps this week. So I don't start Des Bryant. It's tempting because it's a big name, but don't start him this week. What else you got, bud?
We have Colin Kaepernick is starting for the 49ers. First week starting this season.
Yeah, he's got some controversy with him with the Star Spangled Banner, but that has nothing to do with his play on the field. I like him, but I'm gonna hold off. They're playing Buffalo this week. Great defense in Buffalo. However, I would keep an eye on him, give him this week, maybe next week, and then scoop him up for a deep playoff run because he can run and throw, and they got the speedy receiver Torrey Smith.
Oh yeah, and next up is Eric Decker. He has a IC shoulder injury.
No, that's horrible handwriting. He's on the IR for the shoulder injury a couple weeks ago.
So you should drop him.
Go ahead and drop him. Pick up. Yeah, I can't think of his name. Either way, drop him. But a good person to pick up. This is who I remembered. Stephen
Diggs.
No, the tight end. Austin Stephen Jenkins. The tight end for the Jets. They're starting to use him a lot more, and since Decker's gone, they're gonna have to throw the ball to somebody. Him and Marshall will team up
and Jason Morrow too.
Yeah. Yep.
Next up we have Jonathan Stewart. He is in, and you should start him this week.
Yeah, they're playing the Saints, and we'll talk more about that later. But he's ready to go. Get him in your starting lineup, guys. You're not going to be disappointed. Sammy Coates is also a game day decision. Watch out for that. Check out Twitter. Check out your resources other than this podcast But Sammy Coates cut his hand. So they put him in a hard cast, and everyone started freaking out because, oh, he's got a broken hand. It's really just a cut hand. It's pretty swollen, and you need your hands to catch the ball.
Yep, definitely. So I would watch out for him. I would probably bench him this week until more information pops up.
Exactly. Jordan Reed, tight end for the Redskins, is 95% sure he's going to be out for this week with his 6th career concussion.
Wow.
Listen, that's pretty serious. He's had a concussion every year he's played football. 4 years in college, in 2 years, 3 years in the pros now. This is number 6. That is not looking good for him. That could be really dangerous for him.
Yeah.
He's got
6 injuries, 6 back problems with Tony Romo. But 6 concussions, that's really bad.
Yeah, then you're messing with the brain, and that's not good. So Jordan Reed, get healthy and make a smart decision. And finally, for our 9s is tight end Eric Ebron for the Lions. He is out this week. Don't start him. If you can pick up a Jesse James.
Jesse James did killer
go for
last
that.
week.
Yep, he did a great job. We're going to have some more player breakdown later in our game section. But Eli, who's your start of the week? Who would you start this week as your number 1 starter? Who do you think?
Right now I'm starting probably Jonathan Stewart or Tyrod Taylor because he's gonna really blow it up against San Francisco because they're coming to Buffalo. They have a terrible defense, and Tyrod's just gonna throw all day. 3 touchdowns,
exactly.
300 yards.
Yeah, he's gonna throw it to Sam. He's gonna throw it to LaShawn McCoy,
Robert Woods,
Charles Clay. Yep. And I know we mentioned the Bills, but we'll get our sponsoring with GJP at the end of the podcast. But we didn't forget about you, Larry. We got a ton of stuff to cover, but we will get the GJP sponsor in at the end. And speaking about the Buffalo Bills and the 49ers matchup, yes, you are right. I would start Tyrod Taylor, Eli. That's a great start. Sean McCoy, start him. Start Robert Woods, start Charles Clay. If you can get him into your lineups, guys, they're going to blow it up this week against San Francisco.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
As far as San Francisco,
not really anyone.
Carlos Hyde, that would be about it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a number 2 running back, so you want to start him. He'll get you 10 to 15 points.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Eagles and Redskins in Washington. Who would you start for Philly, Eli?
Really just Ryan Matthews and Jordan Matthews, and maybe if you have a deep league or a bye filler, which the byes this week are Tampa Bay and...
Nope, not Tampa Bay. Yeah, Tampa Bay, yep.
In Minnesota. So if you have Jameis Winston starting, then you would probably want to start Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz, yeah, that's a good start. I've seen a lot of people starting Carson. I mean, Washington's defense is good, but yeah, if you have a 2-team quarterback, go for it. I like that. I like the Matthews combination. Maybe Ertz.
And then if you have a deep league or a bye filler, then
Darren Sproles.
Yeah,
Darren Sproles.
Because he's been doing okay the last few weeks. He's been getting double digits pretty much every week.
Yep, you're right. And for Washington, Kirk Cousins and probably just Deshaun Jackson would be your starts this week.
Jordan Reed is out.
He's going to be out. Matt Jones is not going to be able to run against Philly this week.
No,
I'd start Philly's defense this week. I'd start Buffalo's defense this week. Excuse me. But Deshaun Jackson's playing his old team, Philly, and always wants to get back at them. So start Deshaun. He's going to have a big game.
Yeah.
Tennessee, Cleveland. That's going to be not a great game to watch. It's going to be either 45-72 or it's going to be 3-2. Cleveland, you're going to start maybe Isaiah Crowell and Duke Johnson. Gary Barnidge for sure. If you need help, Terrell Pryor, but they got some pretty good corners in Tennessee. And for Tennessee, you're going to start Marcus Mariota and DeMarco Murray.
And maybe, what's his name? The rookie running back.
Derrick Henry. Yeah, I heard someone today talking about he's going to get 100 yards and a touchdown. So if you need that flex or deep league, go with Derrick Henry and Delaney Walker, tight end. He's going to get you 10 to 15 points this week. Baltimore at the New York Giants. Oh, we got to make our picks. Eli, we'll do that at the end. All right, so Baltimore, you're going to start Joe Flacco if you need a quarterback, and that's probably... Oh, and Terrence West. Terrence West is going to run all over the Giants. Unfortunately, I like the Giants, but he's going to run all over them.
Yeah.
Starting receivers, maybe Kamar Aiken if you're looking for someone deep, taking over for Steve Smith.
Maybe Mike Wallace, maybe in a deep league or a bye-week filler.
Yep, and Dennis Pitta for the tight end. New York, you're gonna start OBJ. You're gonna start Eli Manning. That's a tough start this week. I've heard mixed feelings in that. I think though, if you drafted him, he's still gonna be a top 10 quarterback this week. So start Eli, start OBJ.
Start Sterling Shepard probably.
Yep, and Cruz if you need to. Don't worry about any of the running backs in New York. Rashid Jennings is supposed to be back this week, but he too has a hand problem, and you need your hand to
hold on
to the ball. So he's a game time decision. He wants to go in, but the coaches are kind of hesitant. All right, so the big blowout game this week is Carolina. I think Carolina and the New Orleans Saints.
Oh yeah.
Saints defense is horrible. Cam Newton's coming back. He's healthy. He's ready to go from concussion. Jonathan Stewart's back. He's ready to go. Calvin Benjamin, just give him the ball deep all day. Greg Olsen, number 1 tight end this year as of right now.
Oh, wow.
Definitely start those guys. For the Saints, you want Drew Brees. You want Cooks.
Willie Snead,
Coby Fleener. Coming off the bye week, I hope he has a huge game for you guys. Start Fleener. Start Cooks.
Ingram,
and Michael Thomas. Thanks, Eli. And the Saints don't start either defense because this one is gonna be 65-66. It's gonna be a huge game. Hopefully, I mean we were expecting that out of the Giants, the Saints, and it ended up to be like
28-21.
Yeah, it wasn't that big barn burner we thought. So don't start.
And everyone else thought pretty much.
Yeah. Moving on, who do we got next?
Jacksonville versus Chicago. For Jacksonville, just start maybe Blake Bortles, Allen Robinson, maybe Allen Hurns.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about the running backs, Ivory or Yeldon, unless you need them, unless you want to get some PPR points with Yeldon. But I would stay away from the running back. Chicago's defense is pretty good with the run. And for Chicago, you're going to do Brian Hoyer, Alshon Jeffries, Zach Miller, and the new running back there, Jordan Howard.
Yeah, Jordan Howard.
And that's about it. Eddie Royal is going to play. He's ready to go. Willie Snead for the Saints, going back a little bit, he is ready to go. So start those guys if you need to, and if you have the space. All right, who do we got next, Eli?
We have Los Angeles at Detroit. In Detroit, Los Angeles, just start Todd Gurley, and for Detroit, start Matthew Stafford, start Marvin Jones, and that's about it.
That's about it. I mean, Golden Tate, he's
just been a bummer.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything this year. I've seen people drop him. We picked him up, but then I immediately dropped him. And for the Rams, you may want to start their defense, but they've been getting scored on a lot. So if you need to, yes. Detroit defense, no. Stafford, yes, I agree with that. But yeah, that's about it. Stafford, Jones, and Forsett. We just say Forsett. He probably will be the starter. So someone's got to run the ball.
Yeah. Next up, we have Pittsburgh at Miami. Pittsburgh start Antonio Brown, Big Ben. Yeah, Big Ben's been blowing it up, guys.
Yeah, he's gonna have 7 to 8 touchdowns this week. I have a feeling.
Oh yeah, and especially against Miami. And then you start Le'Veon Bell, maybe D'Angelo, probably not D'Angelo Williams.
He's starting to take a back seat, which is fine because they need him for the playoff run.
Yeah.
And if Bell goes down, he can stay healthy. You want to maybe start Jesse James,
Yeah, in a deep league, or if you have like a Kyle Rudolph on by.
Yeah. And then Sammy Coates, like I said, game time decision. You're not
probably not. In my opinion, I'm not gonna start him.
No, so just the big 3: Bell, Big Ben, and Brown. Miami, no one. Arian Foster is coming back this week, but after the first 5 plays, he'll probably get injured and be done. You don't want
and against Pittsburgh's run defense.
Yeah, and you don't want to do anything with Jay Ajayi. Ryan Tannehill, maybe. Jarvis Landry, you always start Jarvis Landry because he's gonna catch you 10, 15 balls every week. May not score, but he'll get you those PPR points.
And then close to 90 yards, maybe 100.
Yeah.
110 every now and then.
So Jarvis Landry is always a start for Miami, regardless of who they play. Unless they play Seattle, then you don't want to do that.
Or Denver.
Yeah, they have really good corners. All right, next up is the Bengals and Patriots. Gio Bernard, I was hesitant this week about starting him, but because they're playing the Patriots. But I think they're going to be so far behind because Tom Brady's going to be throwing another 3 to 5 touchdowns.
To Martellus
Bennett. Yep, Gronk. I just read Eli that Gronk is a game time decision. His hamstring is. Oh, he's sick. But with athletes though, they're gonna give him some medicine and he'll be fine.
Chris Ivory. Chris Ivory though took 3 weeks to heal though.
Yeah, he did. He had some type of sickness. But Gronk will play Gronk, play Brady, play
Martellus
Bennett. Look, Garrett Blount, and even James White this week. They're starting throwing the ball. James White can catch.
And Julian Edelman.
Yep, get him in there. Watch out for Chris Hogan. He was he had a big game last week. He may settle down a little bit, but I know Tom Brady likes him. So go for it. Tom Brady actually told me that. Hey, Tyler, I like Chris Hogan. He actually called me up today and told me that.
Really?
Just for this podcast. Sure. For Cincinnati, Andy Dalton, if you have to. Obviously, AJ Green, get him in your lineup. Tyler Eifert is out again this week with his knee. His knee and back. I think to this point, Eli, you almost have to think about dropping Tyler Eifert.
Yeah.
I know
he's been out for the first 6 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to give up that talent, but you don't want to be wasting that roster spot either.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just sitting there.
Like if there's Chris Hogan or Sammy Coates on the bench, who gets like another 72-yard touchdown this week, then you have Tyler Eifert sitting on the bench doing nothing, then I think you really should drop him and pick up that Sammy Coates.
Yeah, or you can even get Hunter Henry if he's still there. And he's a rookie tight end out of San Diego, but he's doing great. He blew it up last night, got a touchdown.
He got 83 receiving yards.
Yeah, and a touchdown. So that's pretty good. I mean, Hunter Henry, if he's still there, pick him up. So Cincinnati, like I said, Gio Bernard, he's going to start over Jeremy Hill this week because Jeremy Hill is slowly coming back from a chest injury he suffered. So go with Bernard if you need to. Don't worry about Jeremy Hill, though. Now that we pretty much have conquered that game, let's move on to the Kansas City Chiefs and Oakland Raiders.
I love that game. Every year, I love that game.
Yeah, that's a great rival game. It's smash mouth. Who can score more points? Obviously, but it's
the top 10 defenses.
Yep.
Not top 5, top 10.
Yeah, one of the guys you want to start this week, Alex Smith, 20-plus points the last 4 times they've played. So you can get Alex Smith in your lineup. Unless you're playing me or Eli, then don't start him. But, Alex Smith will get you a lot of points this week. Jamal Charles is going to be fully ready to go. I would still kind of monitor his touches, though. And how many times he's in on the game, but he's ready to go. Spencer Ware, same thing. They'll probably split a lot of time this week until Charles is up to game speed. So go ahead and start Charles and maybe Spencer Ware if you need to. Jeremy Maclin, I guess if you have to, but also Travis Kelce, get him in your lineup.
Yeah, Oakland, you start Derek Carr, not Latavius Murray.
No, he is out this week again with his turf toe injury, so don't worry about him. But don't do any of the 2 backup running backs, obviously. No. If we can't name them, don't worry about starting him. One's a rookie and one is...
Terrible.
They're not terrible, but they're not startable. Don't start them.
Pretty good.
All right, so you got Crabtree, obviously, and Cooper and
Clive Walford.
I would hold off on Clive this week, because Kansas City has a pretty good defense.
Yeah.
I would have Jesse James or Delaney Walker going, or Zach Miller.
Yeah.
All right, another game for actually a great offense versus a great defense. Atlanta Falcons and Seattle Seahawks.
I think the Seattle will come away with the win.
I think so too. Their defense is going to just shut down Julio and Matt Ryan and Delaney and Devontae Freeman, which is the only 3 guys you're going to start this week is Ryan, Julio, and Freeman. Tevin Coleman, maybe if you have to, but I really want it. If you can find somebody else in your bench, go for it. Seattle, you start in Russell Wilson. You start in Christian Michael and Doug Baldwin. Tyler Lockett is back, healthy, ready to go. And Pete Carroll said he's going to get a lot of touches this week. So if you're in a deep league, get Tyler Lockett in this week.
And obviously start Seattle's defense.
Yes. Obviously start them. Yeah, if you have Mike Evans on your team and he's on the bye this week, go ahead and put in Tyler Lockett. He get kick returns too, punt returns.
Yeah.
I think the game of the week right now is the Dallas Cowboys and Green Bay Packers.
That's what the NFL is saying. We're saying it's Carolina and New Orleans.
Oh, for points, fantasy points, yes. But I think for TV watching and real life, yes, Green Bay, Dallas. Fantasy, Carolina, New Orleans. You're right. But Dallas, you're starting Dak Prescott. You're going to start Zeke Elliott. And
that's about it.
Maybe Cole Beasley if you need a deep flex. I want to start the defense. I want to even start maybe Jason Witten if you had to. I know one guy in our league, Eli, he's starting Jason Witten and Martellus Bennett. Martellus Bennett?
Yeah, Martellus Bennett.
And
Green Bay start Aaron Rodgers.
Well, hold on. I'm looking at his roster. He's got Gary Barnidge on the bench. Get Gary Barnidge in there instead of Jason Witten, okay? Mr. Ruggiero, William Ruggiero, get Gary Barnidge in on your team.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, get Gary Barnidge and not Jason Witten. 3 weeks in a row now. 4 weeks in 6 weeks, actually. Every week he's starting Jason Witten. And bench him. This is the week you want to bench him. Go for it, Eli. Talk about Green Bay. I'm a little frustrated with you, Mr. Ruggiero.
Green Bay start Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson, Randall. Not really.
Yeah, Randall. Well, if you have to, he's ready to go. He's healthy. Get him back in there.
And then Richard Rodgers.
Yep, Eddie Lacy.
Then maybe their defense, because Dallas is not going to do that good.
Yeah, I want to start Green Bay's defense this year. I mean, this week. Yeah, Zeke Elliott's going to have probably 2 touchdowns. But here's catching up with Eddie Lacy. He suffered an ankle sprain last week. He is a game-time decision. He says he's ready, but the medical and coaching staff says, hold on, maybe not. Here's the tricky thing, though. The backup, James Starks, is not going to be at the game. He has some family personal issues he's going to take care of, so they don't even have a backup running back. The backup running back this week is a third string from the practice squad. I don't even know his name. I looked for it. I couldn't find it. So if you got to be paying attention to Eddie Lacy, come right before kickoff time. Luckily, kickoff is at 4:25. However, there's only 5 games after 4 o'clock. So unless you have like a Tevin Coleman, you can replace him with. You got to keep an eye out on Eddie Lacy. Right now, he's a game time decision. He says he's going, so just keep an eye out for that one. And the 8 o'clock game on NBC Sunday night is Indianapolis and Houston. Houston, you want to start Lamar Miller. I know, guys, he hasn't been doing great this year. He hasn't lived up to the first round draft pick for you guys. But listen,
just hold on, have patience. Yep. He's gonna blow it up.
Stay the course. He is gonna have a great game.
One of these weeks, he's gonna blow.
Yep, and this is the week. He's gonna go over 100. He's gonna get a touchdown or 2.
Hopefully.
He's going to catch a lot of balls this week. It's Indianapolis Colts defense. It's almost as bad as the Saints defense. So get him in there. Keep him in there. You want to start Will Fuller because they have no second. They don't have a secondary. DeAndre Hopkins, guys, same thing. Stay the course with him. Hopkins is probably kicked down to a number 2 receiver instead of your number 1. But he'll put up number 1 numbers this week against the Colts. Brock Osweiler, I wouldn't really touch him unless you have to. Because something's going on with this kid. Other than the fact that he only started 3-4 games last year with Denver. They gave him a ton of money. I don't know if that's the pressure's getting to him or not, but don't worry about him. For the Colts, you want to start Frank Gore,
T.Y.
Hilton, and Andrew Luck, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Luck and Hilton have been teeing off together. Hilton loves playing against Houston. He always has huge games against them. So get Hilton and get Luck in there.
Yeah.
And then the Monday night game, Eli, who do we have?
We have New York Jets at Arizona Cardinals, which I think that's a really good game.
It can be. It can either be really close, really good, or it's going to
be either 3-0 or 49-42.
Or it's going to be 49-0 Arizona.
Yeah.
If Fitzpatrick keeps throwing interceptions. Yeah, this is going to be a really...
Fitzpatrick versus Fitzgerald.
Yeah, which
every 8 years.
What Fitz works, or every 4. Which Fitz wins.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Arizona, you're going to start Carson Palmer. He is back from his concussion. He's going to play. He's ready to go.
That really helps their receivers.
Exactly. You want Larry Fitzgerald. You want John Brown. Watch for Michael Floyd. Don't start him, but this may be his make or break game this week.
And David Johnson.
Get him in there.
And the Chandler Catzarero,
their kicker. Yep, you want and the defense. I already start the defense because Fitzpatrick is going to throw at least 3 picks. So don't start him, but you want to get Forte in there. You want to even start Powell. He's the pass catching running back, and actually he's been taking some runs away from Forte. So if you can start both of them, go for it. You're gonna have it'd be great. So if you have Powell and Lacey, and Lacey's not starting, and you find that out, start Powell instead. You can get some points on there. You want Brandon Marshall, get him in there.
And maybe Austin Seferian-Jenkins in a deep league, or if you have like I said, Kyle Rudolph on bye.
Exactly. All right, so let's quickly go through our winners, who's going to win. Eli, 49ers, Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I got Buffalo. Philly, Eagles or Redskins?
Probably the Eagles.
I got the Eagles too. Browns or Titans?
I want the Titans to win. I think they will win.
I wouldn't go with the Browns this week. I think they're on the brink of just winning. They're on the brink of just ready to explode. So I'm going to go with Cleveland this week.
I want the Titans to win because Cleveland is 0-5.
Are you sure they're 0-5?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they are 0-5. Yep. Yeah, so that's why I want them to win. I want them to get 1-5. All right, so Ravens, Giants.
Giants, definitely.
Yeah, I think this is the week that Eli finally gets it together with Odell Beckham, and this is the week he'll go off, I think. I said that last week, but that didn't happen. So
yeah.
I want the Giants. I think the Ravens will, but I'm going to go with the Giants. Panthers, Saints.
Panthers. Newton's back.
I'm going to go with Saints. I think they're coming off the bye week, and they're just going to be ready to explode. Jacksonville, Bears.
Jacksonville.
I'm going to go with Bears, Chicago. Rams, Lions.
Lions.
Steelers, Dolphins.
Steelers, blow it up.
Yep, I think that's a shutout. Bengals, Patriots.
Patriots, definitely.
Patriots, but I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be closer than what we think. I think it's going to be like a 24-17 type of game. It's going to be pretty close. This good one, Chiefs, Raiders.
Oh, Raiders probably.
It's in Raiders in Oakland.
That would be the tiebreaker there.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs do have a little bit better defense.
They do, and they got Charles back, and and Oakland doesn't have Murray. I think we'll go with. Can I just pass? No, I'm gonna go with Oakland. I think they keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
This may be their year to get over that hump and get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
All right, Falcons, Seahawks.
I'm
gonna go with Seahawks too. Their defense is too good, though. The Falcons just did beat the Broncos last week, but they had to travel to Denver, come all the way back to Atlanta, go all the way back over to Seattle. That's going to take a toll on their bodies, I think. I think if it was in Atlanta, that'd be different. But I'm going to go with Seattle, and they have a better running game, I think, with Michaels and Wilson. And there's supposed to be a heavy rainstorm, so we'll see how that takes it. All right, the game of the week on TV at least. Cowboys, Packers. And Colts and Houston.
This is another great rival game.
Yes. Yep.
I think Houston's going to pull away with the win, though. Walk away with the win.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Miller's going to have a great game this week. I think this is going to be his breakout week, and Houston will. If it was in Indianapolis, I'd pick the Colts. But since it's in Houston, I'm going to go with Houston.
Yeah, they're both in domes though. So.
Yep. We didn't really mention any kickers, but they're kickers. Kickers are kickers.
Yeah.
And so the Monday night game, Jets, Cardinals. Cardinals. Yep. Cardinals all the way. And once again,
shutout.
Ooh, calling for the shutout. Wow. Yeah, I could see that. I don't think it would happen, but once again, the buys are Minnesota and Tampa Bay. So if you have them in your lineup, get them out.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing one of us, then keep them in.
Yeah.
That's guaranteed 0 points for us or for you. against
yeah.
us. All right, so we have to mention our sponsor once again, GJP and Oswego at the JCPenney Plaza.
We didn't forget about you, Larry.
We didn't. We just had pizza tonight from there. Those guys are great. We had a half bacon, half pepperoni, large, filled us up. It was great. They also have subs, guys. They have the Italian. A classic Italian, a classic cold cut. They have a turkey bacon, chicken bacon ranch. They have a turkey delight, which is turkey, cheese, Thousand Island, and bacon. They have regular bacon, regular ham. However you guys want to make the sub, go for it. Make the sub however you want. Larry will do it for you. They have buffalo chicken, chicken parm, meatball subs. Great subs, guys. Actually, I had a sub for them this week from lunch too. So it's awesome. Larry and the guys over at GJP would love to hear from you. So call them up at 315-216-1000. Yes. Or you can check them out on Facebook at GJP Oswego at Facebook, and they have their own. You can get them on Grubhub and find them there. Get some great deals from Grubhub. And also, once again, we want to say thank you to Shackley for fueling, energizing, and powering us through this podcast every week, guys. Shackley is a great, healthy, green product. We love their company. My wife has been to major conferences with these guys. They're the real deal. And honestly, if you need any more information about Shackley, and this week we talked about the Vitus C's, you can get her at abelowski@icloud.com. That's ABELAWSKE at icloud.com. She would love to hear from you. You guys take it even like it's called a health print test. It's 5 minutes. Find out all the healthy things you need to have in your body. And Shackley is a great company. And Eli, next week we're going to do the kids vitamins. I know you're taking the Vitus C. Next week we're going to talk about the kids vitamins.
Yeah.
And how great they are.
Yeah.
So Eli, any final comments about this coming week?
Well, this coming week surely is going to be a good one. Even though Tampa Bay is on bye, which stinks. But this week, just watch out for a lot of different tight ends like Jesse James and Austin Seferian-Jenkins and Delaney Walker, because I think this is going to be their blowout week.
All right. Yeah, guys, once again, keep your ear to the ground on those game time decisions. Eddie Lacy, Sammy Coates, keep the ear to the ground for those guys. Gronk, if you want to get your Dez Bryant, get those maximum points, because you don't want to be starting your players and they're not playing because you're not paying attention to the Tyler and Eli Fantasy Football Tips podcast.
So you better listen to this every week.
That's right. You know it. All right, Eli, for the Tyler and Blasky Eli Fantasy Football Tips.
I'm Eli Blasky.
Oh, stop. You can get us at YouTube at Tyler and Eli Fantasy Football Tips, and you can email us at
tylerandelifftips@gmail.com.
That's right. Now we're going to close the podcast up.
I'm Eli Blasky.
I am Tyler Blasky, and you are listening to the Tyler and Eli Fantasy Football Tips podcast.
See you next week.